Yeah, I wanted to revisit the work that we'd done on rear delts a while back, and just with the micro minivan, and show you a little bit of different take on it. We've been talking about the B3 blood flow restriction training and the bands that go with it. Right today, I just put on the upper body between the bicep and the delt. Here is where you apply them, and again, you put various tensions on it with the pump that you're given, and this does tremendous things as far as the overall system is concerned. We're going to publish, that will be published, the information of what it has been able to do for people. We're going to publish that as well with this. So again, I just wanted to go back and talk a little bit. We've gotten on rotation of neck, head neck area, and I wanted to come back and work on a little bit with the rotation of the with the microband for the rear delt. And I started with the rear delt as opposed to the anterior or medial delt because too many people focus solely on anterior and medial delt and really do not get at the cutting edge of what is involved with the posterior delt. And if you know anything about, if you follow powerlifting at all, one of the big things that they're real into is the development of the rear delt so that they can hold their posture through the course of the lift. And again, it maximizes their potential. So it's not about the anterior, not about the medial, but it's about the posterior delt. And so one of the things I've always had trouble with is delts in general, let alone the posterior delt. And with heavy concentration on the concept of not worrying about how much weight we use, but worrying about, again, keeping tension throughout the movement and doing what I call searching. You may have heard me talk about this before, but kind of searching through the movement and making sure as much musculature is involved in the movement as possible. So today, just real short on this because we've talked about the rear delt before, but I want to talk about good posture will have the delts down and back so that you can actually feel right around the serratus. And from that position, then we want to work on keeping the rear delt and the scapulas pulled back. And now from there, we want to bring the elbow back and we're going to rotate the thumb from a 12 o'clock to a 6 o'clock position. So it's going to look like this. All right, from there, we want to also look at possibly moving, once we've done that, we can start moving the chin from the right side shoulder up to the left, elevated to the left shoulder. So this helps add to the integration of the rear delt and then get the neck involved and the traps involved. Now, one of the things that happens so often with deltoid development and exercises is you find the user of the weight or resistance has the shoulders elevated very high. Is there anything wrong with that? No, but it's not the most optimal position to develop the rear delt. The rear delt is best developed and most efficiently developed with the shoulder back and down in good posture position. Now, for most of your athletes, you're going to have to emphasize that back and down to them because most of them are not capable of getting there real easily because they haven't stretched that area out enough. So we're going to talk about that in future videos. But thumb, again, straight up at 12 o'clock, okay, scapula pulled back, and then rotating from the elbow and the thumb to a 6 o'clock position. Okay, we can also go outward rotation, okay, but we can only go from about 12 to 3, okay, and pull the elbow back and then rotate from the elbow down. So now we're getting that rear delt activated, and the key is, again, working under constant tension. Not a lot of speed to it. You can change your positions and change where you're pulling from, but what I call search, to try to get as much musculature involved in that movement as possible. And this works really well with the blood flow restriction because of the fact that we're now incorporating the shoulders, but we also have the blood flow restriction working at the lower arm where we're doing a lot of work as well. So just a few key pointers, and the main focus of this is to see how this can work in rotation with the blood flow restriction band. So we were going to include the information with blood flow restriction and what it does for you with this series so that you get